Yeah, no, I think prenups are the most important thing you could do
I think it
in
also
a marriage.
shows how open you are to talking about the hard stuff with your partner if
Mm.
you guys go through this process together. It's like that shows a strength, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you look at, for example, Travis Hunter. He just married his girlfriend after getting, his big NFL contract. No prenup.
Gangster.
And how young is he?
Super young.
22.
Yeah. He's living on the edge. He don't know shit. You see him?
Right.
He's a jolly idiot. They say ignorance is bliss. That motherfucker's a retard. He don't know what the hell is going on. I love it.
Yeah, they just bought like a $4 million house or something like that. She's getting half of that. Doesn't seem like she really likes him all that much. There's this whole weird dynamic between the two of them. But yeah, no prenup, straight to the NFL, like huge multi-million-dollar. I mean, he's a Heisman Trophy winner, so he's like a big deal.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I remember watching his interview with this like top divorce lawyer, and he was saying how he has these clients who go through these terrible divorces. They lose millions of dollars because there's no prenup, and they finally get through it. They get their lives together. They start to date someone else. They go back and they're like, "Oh, I found the girl of my dreams. We're gonna get married." And the lawyer would be like, "Listen, I'll make you a prenup for free." Like, no, I'm not going to need it. This is different. And then once again, they go through the exact same thing for the second time, sometimes the third time, and so forth.
Lawyers are so expensive, but it's just so fucking not worth it to go through that whole thing. Like, oh my God, that sounds awful. I met someone a few weeks ago and she was just like, oh yeah, my divorce ruined me financially. Like I have nothing. I'm like, wow.
Many such cases. Yeah.
So sad.
That happens. That happens, especially if you don't have a prenup, if you don't really have a lot of money to pay for the lawyers and go through all the process of it. I mean, a divorce can cost hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions. Kevin Costner's divorce. I was talking to a friend of mine who used Kevin Costner's lawyer, and he spent $1.5 million on his divorce.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Well,
Yeah.
just not get married. I mean, we almost didn't get married, but then.
So you
Pop
guys
the
consider
question.
not getting married?
I thought
Well-
this motherfucker was never going to propose to me. I was mad at you by the time you proposed to me.
I just was honest. Like when I met her, she said, like, have you ever thought about having kids? I said no. She said, have you ever
No.
thought about getting married? I said no. And then as
was
time
so
went by,
annoying.
I softened up on both issues.
He was like, I'm never going to live with a girl. 3 weeks later, this guy asked me to move in with him. He was so annoying.
Yeah, I feel like in today's age, today's, overall environment, if both of you have money, then marriage could make sense. But if one person has a bunch of money and the other person does not, I don't see a reason to get married.
Yeah, I mean, we did things out of order. We did house, then kid, then marriage. And at that point, it's like you already really committed to each other by having a kid together.
I think we had to have the baby before I realized, like, oh, this is for real. Like, this is actually what I'm doing with my life. There's absolutely no way I'm chickening out on this. And just kind of realizing that the signifier of marriage meant something more to you than it means to me. Since to me, we're both not religious, so it doesn't carry any weight in that regard. And I just, I never really thought of it as being that important. But once I like really came to grips with the fact of like, oh, like I'm serious. I'm never gonna leave you. I'm riding this thing out until the wheels fall off. That's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna propose. And I will say, I think I absolutely laced the proposal because I told her that it was a photo shoot, so I had the drone guy there. It was all very natural. When I hit my knee, she didn't. She honestly didn't even agree to get married. She just said no.
I was just in shock. It was my birthday. I thought we were doing a birthday photo shoot.
I laced it. That was the one.
But that
one good
weekend,
thing I ever done in this
I was on the phone with my
relationship.
sister, and she was like, "What are you guys doing for your birthday?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'm so mad at this guy. When the fuck is he gonna propose to me?" I was talking so much shit about you in
Really?
Armenia to my sister, and she knew you were gonna propose, and she couldn't say anything. And then you literally proposed to me the next day. That's why I was so surprised.
That is nuts.
I was postpartum angry. Like, fuck this guy. Look what I just did for him. There's a scar in my stomach, and I still don't have a ring. I was pissed.
So that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Well, Adam and Lena, man, I appreciate you guys coming in. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I felt the whole, new scene thing was kind of a good reason.
Well, thank you.
To actually put it all together because it's, ends up promoting what you guys are doing. And look, a lot of people have a lot to say about your lifestyle. I'm not one of them. I've always, liked how you guys have owned what it is that you do, been completely unapologetic, completely transparent. I mean, really, Adam's the most transparent person I know. And I know
Yeah, a lot
of
of people accuse me of being like dishonest and manipulative. I'm like,
Nope,
bro,
nope,
I am always just
nope.
answering questions with way too much honesty. Like, I don't know where that comes from. Wait, but one thing I want to say, what is it, LenaThePlug.com?
What?
If they want to cut the scene or
Oh.
anything you have going on?
I think that leads somewhere, yeah.
Okay. I don't even remember, but
LenaGetsPlugged.com,
the link,
whatever.
yeah, LenaGetsPlugged.com.
Don't call me Lena.
My bad.
Everyone calls me Lena. It's not my name.
Sorry.
LenaGetsPlugged.com.
The link in her Instagram description or Twitter, whatever, yeah.
Thank you.
I just wanted to throw it in there for anyone who's looking
Thanks.
for it. Is this what we do? We pet each other?
Yeah, I guess. Good boy.
I swear to God, we have a very affectionate, loving relationship when we're not awkwardly sitting 3 feet apart like this.
It's not really 3 feet. We're more like a foot and a half.
He's bad
I
at
want to
math.
like do this during it to like show love during the interview.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming in. And listen, at the end of the day, you don't have to agree with, the two of you's relationship, but because it's not anyone else's relationship. You guys have made it work. And at the end of the day, people like to judge. But if you put cameras in someone's life and watch them 24/7, 99% of the people that are judging you have some really crazy shit going on in their life that you guys would not want to do. And yet they're judging what you guys.
And also, it's like they see such a small percentage of our life. Like most of the time, I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm not at the no jumper office having sex. Like I'm full-time boring mom who fucking gardens and takes sewing classes. Like I am putting on my superhero costume to go to porn,
but she
and then I get out of it.
she mostly grows dick-shaped vegetables.
It's a zucchini!
Do you need some zucchinis? Because she's got more zucchinis than you could ever imagine in a million years, and I think it's because they're shaped like dicks. That being said, yeah, like I seen a YouTuber that I know put out a video the other day, like the most dysfunctional couple in adult films. I'm like, man, you really don't know what the fuck is out there in terms of dysfunctional couples in this industry. Because to me, if anything, our problem is that we're a little boring. Dysfunctional, I mean, I feel like we're functioning pretty good. Maybe if anything, we need to spice it up a little bit. We're kind of boring, but I feel like we're just good at like gaming the internet and shit. I feel like if anything, our relationship is kind of crazily ordinary. But then the other thing about it too, though, that I just want to remind you of this, is that we always will do content and think that we put our best foot forward and we looked happy and like we're in a nice relationship or whatever. And then when the titles start coming out and the narratives start coming out, it's always like, look how miserable they are. Look at how much they want to kill each other. So I just look forward to how different 30-second segments from this interview will be able to be used to spin that narrative, because it never fails and it's always fascinating to me.
Yeah, it's out of my control. Like, I clip things up the way, I feel is fair and balanced. Sure, yeah. But as you know, the internet will step in and take out little bits and create a whole timeline and storyline behind something.
I am being genuine when I say I'm looking forward to it, because it is just kind of always fascinating to see how people spin that. Yeah.
Have you guys done an interview like this, like as a couple?
Probably been a while. I mean, we went on.
Oh, we did Flagrant with Andrew Schultz.
We did Barstool stuff together. But it was like a while back.
Yeah, since the Jason thing, there must be a podcast we won. I feel like we did one, but I can't remember.
But I think it was all before that scene.
Yeah, because that is one weird thing about us, is that my whole no jumper world. Like I know a lot of people make similar content to me, where their wife is like all up in the mix, and she really just has almost no interest in the vast majority of what we're talking about.
It's too dark for me. He'll come home and tell me about some guy who went to jail for murdering. And I'm like, I don't want to know. Like, this is painful for me. I'm thinking about this person's mother and how much this hurt her. Like, I have too much empathy for this.
Yeah, like
I don't want to know.
I'm on the phone and we're like laughing our asses off talking about somebody supposedly getting knocked out and having a carrot shoved up their ass in jail. And I get off the phone and I'm laughing. I got tears in my eyes, like just laughing. And I look over at her and she's just...
I'm appalled.
Just
pretty
sickened.
appalling, but it's also kind of funny.
It is funny.
No.
It's a little funny.
Your son being your punk? It's kind of funny.
No, that's not funny. That's definitely not funny.
Not funny. Stop laughing at that, okay?
That's funny.
You actually found it funny.
Oh, I think it's like the funniest concept ever. Like, I mean, obviously it's gross. Obviously it's foul, but yeah, it's a hilarious concept.
Not hilarious to me.
I don't know about that. I
You
don't think
got
it's
to be able to
hilarious.
take yourself out of it. Yeah.
Even if I took myself out of it, I mean, I don't find incest funny.
And the incest part doesn't really bother me. Like, they met as adults. I don't really care about the fact that they're related.
That's his son.
Yeah.
I think it's gross that Woody Allen like married his stepdaughter. Like it's all weird.
Yeah, that was very weird. That was definitely very. I mean, I brought that up with Errol Musk
It's
as a
like,
comparison.
no.
I mean, you see weird stuff out there, and you could, I don't know, you could justify anything. Because I think that, what did Diesel say? You know, he said, well, you know, if someone gonna do it, might as well be me. Like, okay, that's a justification for having sex with your son. It might as well be me.
Yeah.
Pick anyone else. Like
Yeah.
literally anyone else.
It
could
might as well
on
be
limit.
someone else except you, actually.
I'm just so grossed out by like prison sex in general, but
You love talking about it.
I don't really care if they're related. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it that
This
much
is a
worse
great
in my mind.
note for the end of the interview.
Anyway, LenaThePlug.com.
That's what it is. Lena and Adam22. Till next time.
Thank you,
Peace.
Vlad.
Thank you.